We have a bracelet, and here's what it looks like in Teleplay. Let's wait for it to spin a little more. Okay, so let me show you what I'm doing here. First of all, the most important thing is your physical setup. So what I have here is a blue screen because there are green elements on the plate which would disappear if I was using a green screen. So here I'm using a blue screen. I'm making sure it's lit with two lamps. These are daylight, and each of these two lamps are at least 100 watts. For the actual product, I'm lighting it with two lights right here. Each of these are 100 watt, and here is just an optional orange accent light. So here's what the whole setup looks like when you zoom out of it. So the key thing to keep in mind, I'm lighting the blue screen, and then I'm lighting the product separately, and then I'm separating the product from the actual screen. I know some people here, they put the product on to the green screen or blue screen, and you never really want to do that because if I were to put that bracelet onto the blue screen, it would become invisible because light from the blue screen is going to hit that bracelet and then it's going to become invisible. So you always want to separate your product from the actual screen like I'm doing here. Never just put it on the screen. Think of the blue screen or green screen as one element that needs to be lit and the product as a second element which needs to be lit separately. And when you do that, literally everything will be easy. 99% of the time when I get comments like nothing is working, it's literally because oftentimes just the product's on the screen or you're not separate. Yeah, that's it. Just the key thing, just separate the product from the screen and light the product and the screen separately. And then everything becomes easy. So let's go back to how I actually made the specific effects. So for the actual background, and you can also do this. So for the actual background, what I did is I went to pixels.com and then I searched for something like, I just literally searched for gold. Then I downloaded that background onto my device, and then I used the your photo video feature of the app to use that specific background. So there it is. And just so you see what I'm doing, you can choose other stuff. Like this is another background I experimented with. Maybe you'll like it better, though I think it's a little complicated. I often blur out backgrounds because it gives a little nice, gives a little bokeh effect. That looks pretty cool. Okay. And now for the actual, let's go back to what I had before. Well, actually, let's see what this looks like. Okay, that looks kind of cool. And now for the actual foreground effect, there's over 3,000 foreground effects you can use. But what I did as for this particular one, I went to Nature Transitions, selected Spring 4, and there we go. And you can also, there's other foreground effects which I think work well with this scene. Like a bunch of the Nature Transitions foreground effects can work. It also, this yellow one may work even better. Just fits into the overall scene maybe a little better. So I'd experiment with the Nature Transitions foreground effects. Let's see, there's also a lot in the sparkle and particle effects foreground category. If you go to let's do 2 flow reveal 1. Let's see what that looks like. Okay. Wow. Okay, maybe I like this one. Maybe even the best, maybe even better than what I had originally, because the gold the golden luxury background fits with the gold sparkly particle effects, and it looks really cool. Okay, so just experiment. There's I think half the fun of this is just experimenting. We have white particles, which often work well for pretty much anything jewelry related. You can resize the effects. There's also, let's see, luxury. This may work. Let's see, luxury 3. Okay, that kind of works. So it's literally pretty much whatever feel you're going for. There's so much to choose from. Okay, and that's it for this effect right here. That's it for this scene right here. And I'm here if you have any questions. Then, guys, the thing I want to iterate again, really the key to all of this is to have a proper lighting setup. And it literally took me 5 minutes to make this. Just your screen right here, light your screen with 2 lights, place the product away from the screen, not on it. And that's it. And then just light your product separately. Also, you know, you can play around with the base, which will add a whole new element to your scene, like I did with this plate. And that's it. I'm here if you have any questions.